So the Federal High Court in Abuja have sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment for charges of terrorism, and this has made a lot of Nigerians talking, with so many having different things to say about this. Some Nigerians are applauding the judiciary for upholding justice, while majority of Nigerians are actually against this judgment of the verdict that was given by the Federal High Court in Abuja. So here has been the thing that has been happening concerning this Nnamdi Kanu's case. The case has just been in court for over 10 years, and remember, it was extradited from Kenya, then brought to Nigeria, and where he has been thrown in prison for some years now, I think since like 2022 or thereabouts. Today, they now decided to put an end to it by giving their final verdict or judgment on the case. So remember, this is not the first time he has been taken to court. There, even in the previous years during the Buhari's administration, Supreme Court have already dismissed this case. I think Supreme Court and Appeal Court earlier dismissed this case before, but they refused to release him. They refused to grant him bail, and yet they still continue the case in other courts in Nigeria. And though some lawyers have argued that this in law is called double jeopardy. Previously, on 7th November, they did the hearing, and from there it was adjourned to on the 20th November, which happens to be today. It was today they now made the judgment or verdict concerning his case. He was found guilty of 7 count charge, and in the 7 count charge, he was sentenced to life imprisonment for count 1, 4, 5, and 6. While for count 3, he was sentenced to 20 years imprisonment, and for count 7, he was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment. They said that these jail terms given to him are going to be running concurrently, according to the judge that handled the case, Justice James Omotosho. But now that is not even the issue. The issue there is that, to me, I disagree with the way Amana this case was handled. I expect that by now, whichever government that is in power is supposed to know that this is not a case you treat in court, because this man called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for his self-determination for his people. He's fighting for his self-determination for his people, and I don't see any reason why he should be called a terrorist or labeled as a terrorist by any court of law. And even though I would disagree with some of his method in which he was using to actualize or achieve this self-determination ambition was unconventional, but regardless of that, that is not still enough reason for us to label him a terrorist. And the judge that handled this case kept on hitting on the fact that it was broadcast on phone call and different, in fact, mainly on phone call, that it was on his radio broadcast, the Biafra radio, so that it was using to incite violence and perpetrating different forms of evil against even the brothers and sisters in the eastern region. So all those things are put together were the sum total of what now made them to charge him for terrorism, found him guilty of all the 7 count charge, and sentenced him to life imprisonment. So to me, this is unfair, because the judge was saying he was that merciful to have not given him a death sentence, which the international community at present frowns at globally. Instead of giving him death sentence, he had to give him life imprisonment.